everything's right there.
All right, so
Let's
maybe.
welcome Julia Greene. She's my municipal assistance coordinator in the state, and she's an expert on Facebook. And I think you can speak to it, but she's credited with creating Lynn's Facebook presence and expanding it and gaining followers, and really, like, very well succeeded in doing that.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm kind of the exact opposite as Jacqueline, but it's so great that she's followed me, because really in the prior positions that I had before, I was kind of forced into social media. And in the first time, I was working actually on healthcare reform at that time. And I never was on it, even though people would take my pictures, and we had a whole social media person that was doing it. And so I learned about it, and then I went to my next job, and then I said, oh, we should do social media, but then no one could do it except for me. So then I had to learn the hands-on piece of it. And so then when I went to Lynn, then I had to do it again. But I'm not really somebody who hangs out on social media a lot. And the question like about Instagram and these other, and Twitter, so I created a Twitter handle, I created an Instagram account. I've never even been on them. When I was on my phone, do I have Twitter on my phone? I couldn't even do that because I don't have Twitter on my phone, even though the Facebook page is linked to those. You know, because I didn't have to, I could just link it, it would show up. And I was always cognizant of trying to keep the words down to 140 characters so that it would look good on these other platforms. So anyway, I wonder if you could help me, because this is the this is actually you can probably just make it a little bigger, put it in you know, this format. Presentation format.
Sorry.
All right, so this is the Facebook page for Lynn, and I just want to kind of walk you around it. I'm talking about behind it, because what I want to show you is when you put a little bit of money on a post to show up in news feeds, right? So you can do this. You can put like $10 on a post, and then say that you want to have it show up in the news feed of everybody who claims Lynn. Now, they may not live in Lynn still, but most of them will, you know? And so that might give you, Lynn has 94,000 people. I think when I first did it, they had 40,000 Facebook accounts in Lynn, right? But now it's probably 60,000, because this is about 5 years ago or so. So anyway, here's the Facebook page for Recycling Works in Lynn. Here's how many likes we have right now so far, 3,735 likes. I know you can't see that. And this is your kind of your, what do I want to say?
Menu.
Your menu bar, yes, your menu. So if you click on this now and go to the next one,
What do you want me to click on?
just go to the next slide.
Oh, this is a slideshow.
Yeah, this is slideshow. All right, so
She's worked
she just
diligently for 2 days. I see.
she just clicked on post. So this is what it's showing. Right when you go into click on your posts, it's going to show you this back end stuff. It's going to show you actions on the page, page views, how many people are reached, and this is the insights. So go to the next one. So then if you scroll down, you'd see this page, and it actually shows you all your posts. So it shows you these different posts. And I know people are way back there. What I really want to show you is, it shows you reach, it shows you engagement, and it shows you promote. Did you promote it? Did you boost it? Or did you not boost it? All right? So I want to show you this reach. If you click on the next one, I think it's going to show you. Yeah, so the reach. This particular post, organically, it reached 5,851 people. The paid part
What
reached...
does organically mean?
I know. So the paid part reached 3,216. Organically is those people who follow my page. Or if one of the people who follows my page shared it, then somebody else clicked a like on my page. That's organic. I didn't pay for it. You know, it's just my following. My 3,700 people are following me, and they're the organic portion. However, I'm going to tell you that and tell you there's no way that just by organically not paying for anything on Facebook, you're going to reach 3,000 people just like that. Because what happens is this algorithm that we all talk about. So Facebook only likes success. So if you pay for a post and then nobody clicks on it, Facebook isn't going to show it on everybody else's newsfeed. They're going to take your money, but they're going to, it's basically going to go down to the bottom of the barrel. So there's some things I can teach you about how to help you get that algorithm in place. And then once people start clicking on it, then the organic, they're showing it. You're basically paying for them to show it to your audience, basically, too. So let's click through to the next one. So here's the post, right? Here's a particular post. It's about televisions, right? This is before Christmas in 2017. And I say, after the binge, the purge. New TV, old TVs piling up, got computer stuff piling up. Here's what to do for the lowest cost to you, right? And then it gives you all kinds of instructions where you can take it, etc. We don't, you have to pay in Lynn to drop off your e-waste, right? So, but there are ways around it. Like for instance, I don't know if everyone in the room knows this, but Goodwill has a relationship with the Dell Computer Foundation, and every Goodwill site will take all your computer stuff, but they will not take TVs. You can take them monitors, peripherals, etc., and they'll take it. So I'm basically telling people how to make it cheap and how to get rid of their e-waste. So this is like October 29th, so it's a few days after Christmas. So I boosted it, and I think I put $10 on this. But then people start reading it, and they go, this is good information. My brother needs to know this. He's got that big TV sitting in his living room. And so they start clicking on it and sharing it. So whether you're paying for it or not, you need as many people to click on it as like, share. There has to be activity on it. So then when you pay, you're basically just augmenting it to more people. So this one reached 8,000 people, and there were 219 reactions, as they call it. So there are likes, there are loves, all these emojis. There were 41 comments, and there were 55 shares. I guess there were 54 shares after a while. So here's all that information. So one of the great things about Facebook, as it's starting to get traction, you can click on who these people are that are liking and loving your page, and it says 100 others, right? So if you go to the next slide, I took a screenshot of when you click on that, it actually shows you who these people are. So then you can invite them. So you should be doing this all the time. So when you get to your, when you do a post, you click on that, and then you start inviting people to like your page.
Can I just clarify?
Yeah.
Because Julia, before Julia offered just to share her knowledge on boosting and Facebook, likes, she explained it to me, and I just want to clarify. So the other likers are not people who followed you. How did those people see the posts?
Well, there's different ways. Organically, if you're not paying, how they see the post is, I share it with my brother because I want him to get rid of that TV in the house, right? So now he sees it, he likes the post, or he just likes the post, right? He likes the TV information, he clicks like, right? So that's good for me because Facebook likes to see activity, but then he liked it. But what he didn't do, what Hazel Mahan didn't do, somebody probably, if it did, it might have shown up in, it might have been the paid portion, but it might have been someone shared it with her. She liked the post, but she didn't like the page, right? So I want to get her now as a follower all the time. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at all these people who liked my post, and I want to see if they're liking my page. And then anybody who pops up with that little button that says invite, I invite them. I invite them to like my page. I'm sorry if I wasn't that clear. Yeah, you stop me because like you start running ahead. You want to like get to everything. Yes.
So if I mean, Facebook's social media used sort of loosely, but even if you share it with your brother liked it, wouldn't anybody following your brother see that he liked that page? So then other people are seeing they liked it anyway?
Not necessarily, because, you know, Facebook doesn't show everybody everything anymore. You know that, right? You have all these friends, you don't see them coming up all the time, you know. It might, maybe if they're sitting there and they're bored out of their mind and they start scrolling through down to 100 and 150, they'll see it. But otherwise, you know, they're probably not going to see it unless you pay. Then if you pay, then Facebook is going to make it pop up in these other people's feeds.
How do you pay?
All right, so I'm going to get to that.
You just select one,
Yeah.
How do you pick? That little thing there, so
Yeah.
you're there, is it like?
Yeah, so
How
it-
did you get from here to here?
Yeah, I circled it at the bottom, but at the bottom on any of your posts, you know how you see, just in all of our posts, if you go into your Facebook page right now, or I mean into your Facebook account, you'll see that somebody liked your post and it shows you who liked your post. But you probably don't know to click on that. Click on that if you have a page and you'll see whether or not they like your page, you know.
Irene, can you see this circle?
I see the circle, but like I'm on a thing and I just don't know
So where exactly does she
Like
click?
discussion
You click right on them. You just click
Right
right on
over the
them.
names.
Yeah, right over the names.
yes.
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah.
And then you can, if it's the four, the middle one, the four, you know, dislikes looks like,
Yeah,
you can click on those too and find out
right,
who you need to
right.
go hunt down and be.
Yeah, and so if someone's giving a frowny face, so when you do all of this, people can find out, you know, how you're feeling too. You can go in and go, oh, I knew who the frowny face is, you know. So also, here's, like, you can't see it from there, but some of them say invited, so it means I invited them, but it doesn't show that they liked my page. And others say liked, so it means they are my page likers. So I might have invited them, I might have invited them 50 times, but they never like my page or they don't decide to follow my page. But this gives me an opportunity to rack up more people. And I find that they like that interaction and then they'll like your page, you know, so you can really build your audience that way. So what I'm going to do is go through show you this one post and a couple of posts in a month period of time, and then if we have time, I'm going to go to another page because I'm not part of Recycling Works in Lynn anymore, so I can't go and post anything up there. But what I will do is I created another page and we can do a post and I can show you how to boost it, you know. So why don't we go to the next one? So we're still here after the purge, but now I want to view how my promotion did, right? So we reached 8,000. Let's go to the next one. And so here's the promotion. It looks similar to the other one, but it's only showing me the 3,000 paid posts, people that were reached, and how many clicks they did, how many likes. I paid $15 to reach all these people, is what I paid. So I paid $15 to reach them. It shows me that I had good engagement, etc. So that was before Christmas. So if we go to the next one. So now I'm on the first, do you remember January 3rd, 2018?
Yep.
What kind of weather do we have? No, it wasn't snow, it was freezing weather. So, yeah, and so Waste Management couldn't come to Lynn and many other communities because their gas lines froze because they used diesel fuel, you know? And so remember it went on for a few days? So anybody else, Waste Management, so anyway, please share, important notice, right? So click on that, so click on this. It reached 40,000 people in Lynn. So, like the Chinese say, you know, the symbol for crisis and opportunity, that's Facebook, all right? So anytime you have a crisis and you're thinking like everybody's hating DPW right now, that's the time to get on Facebook and reach more people because then you'll have an opportunity for them to want to know what's going on. So organically we reached 35,000 people and we reached over 10,000 paid. So next.
Could you just talk about the difference between writing please share and not writing it?
Yeah, well that's interesting too because now I'm not so sure I'm so sold on please share because Facebook is changing everything as we speak. And so if I get to it later, I did this post to try to show you how to do a post and and it told me it didn't like my boost, and it said that my post was trying to push people to another page, and they didn't like that. And so now they're doing all this kind of stuff. So I got another post rejected right before I left Lynn because I put an oops tag. I took a picture of an oops tag and they told me it was a political ad because it looks like a political, so then I said I want a human to look at this. You know, you can ask for a human review. And so I got a human review and then they let it go. I said, we're recycling for the city of Lynn and we're just using this. It looks like a political tag. It's not, they must have looked at us website, and then they allowed it to go through. So there's all kinds of problems you can have with so here's the performance information, etc. So it's not as exciting as Jacqueline's. Look at, like, it's just the presentation isn't there, right? Why did this get 40,000? And it's interesting because it's more like what people care about. So this was so crazy. We were 3 days behind in pickup, right? So this is a crazy post. It says, Thursday, January 4th, blizzard, no trash and recycling. Friday, January 5th, pick up Wednesday trash and green recycling. So we were just like trying to communicate to the whole world this day. And then what would happen is more cold, frigid weather or the blizzard hit, and then we were 2 more days behind, and we kept having to communicate with the community. People were crazy. Talk about pitchforks.
Christmas.
Yeah. It was insane. All right, but at the same time, it gave us a huge bump. So here's just the other thing that shows that how we reached 10,000 people. And I think this one, 232 shares on the paid one. But if you went back, we had over 500 shares of that one post. So the next one is this. So what this shows, it shows total page followers as of today, right? So I just went in and I said, I want to show 12/1 to 1/31/2018. So here's the big crisis. It's really tiny there, but this shows this big, huge increase in followers for our page. So we gained about 500 new people in a couple of days who liked our page because of the big crisis, you know? So that's what you have to take advantage of. So if you go to the next one, it'll just show that huge spike. It'll show that huge spike, you know. So it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but actually when your Facebook post is doing well, you want to go in and boost that post for $10 because then Facebook's algorithm will kick in and it'll say, people like this, let's show it to more people. This is me talking about what the Facebook algorithm is thinking. People like this, show it to more people. More people are clicking on it, more people are sharing it. But you can also prime the pump too. So you can say to all, like Lorena, now she's getting to know everybody in the community. Send them an email, please share and like the post. Recycle Smart MA. Please share, share and click on the post and put a comment, and that's going to help Recycle Smart MA get out to more people because it's all about that algorithm. Okay, so here's a dud. So this was on 12/20, and I read this nice essay in the Boston Globe, a nice essay on cutting down on stuff, right? So then the next, if you click that, Dawn. And then here it is. It was in, it's the New York Times, opinion, my year of no shopping. One person, Karen Smith Hayes. That's what I got, you know. So I liked it, right? And I thought it was interesting. I thought like people who are really into recycling, who have no family, who have no life, no one's doing anything with them over the holidays, maybe they will like to read it. So anyway, but it's still important. Put things up there. Put different types of things up there. You never know it will have legs. Obviously, this did not. So I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah. We are at time. You know what? Let's continue this conversation because we created a page, and we can do trainings. Todd and I and others here, and even getting people like Jacqueline. We can all start sharing our expertise and teaching each other. So we could do it online. We don't have to meet. And we could say, okay, let's learn how to really boost a post, you know, and then we can share our information.
Wow, thank you. Any questions? Yeah, Julia, thank you. Question? Julia, don't run away.
Oh, okay.
Questions?
I just had a question about how you actually paid for it. Like, because I'd assume they probably take credit cards. So
Yes.
how did you get through the purchase
Yeah,
order system?
They take a credit card and they never let it go either. Because when I was trying to extricate myself from from Recycling Works in Lynn, they would not give up my credit card. So, but all you do is put it to zero balance, and so hopefully no one's ever gonna
I
spend
tried
any
to
money.
do that before when I was working for a nonprofit, and I bought a pay credit card, like a Visa that I bought at CVS, because I didn't want Facebook to steal my card forever, and it wouldn't work.
Oh,
They
it wouldn't
take it.
work.
Oh.
Yeah, so so if you work for a city, it's like I would say. I've been thinking about this because I know most people it's connected, it's a DPW page or whatever, is maybe, getting the permission to do it, and you can put a limit on it. You say, my limit's $100 or whatever, and that way, and then only have one person who can get in there is really important too, because Facebook does all this stuff, like all of a sudden it'll pop up and it'll look like an ad, and if you click on it, you might be okaying it to reboost it, So really be careful with that. But I think it's really great because with the Lynn Facebook page, we reach people we never would have reached ever. I mean, we have people in the Cambodian community, in the Spanish-speaking community. We have people that, if they wouldn't even know to go to the city website, and now they follow that page, and now they know how to go to
And
things.
just to throw it in there, Facebook allows you to post in any language you want,
Yes.
multiple languages, all at once. You can have 8 to 10 to 20 different languages on one post and have it, say you want your primary language to be English, but you could have it then translated in any other language that you want.
And it does, yeah.
It does it
Julie.
for you. Yep.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Julie, you had mentioned that Facebook's boosting is not that expensive. So
Yeah.
maybe you could just, alleviate people's fears about how much did you spend, like, say, in 6 months?
Well, in the beginning, I was really dumb about it, and I spent a lot because I didn't know what I was doing. I was spending like $50 on a post, And so my secret to you now is never spend more than $10, $15 on posts. If you saw that was $30, but that's because I reboosted it a couple of times, So because Facebook then knows what your budget is. You don't want Facebook to know what your budget is, because I really think that what they're doing is like, well, we could give her 2,000 people engaged for $10, or we can give her 2,000 people engaged for $50. I found that there was no difference. So if the post has legs and it's doing well, and you get your friends and family comment, even if they say, go, that's what the algorithm wants to see, and then it'll reach more people, and then put another $10 on, And so, and also wait for crises to do it, right? Because you're not going to build your audience on things that you want to get out. Like, I want people to know about the televisions that did reach 8,000 people. That's great. But really say, oh my God, we have a crisis. The trucks are down, Now's my chance to build my audience. Then you want to put your money on it because you are going to reach a lot of people because people are going to want that info.
And I think Kathy Merzer had a
I
question.
had the same question about how to pay.
How to pay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so paying, how do you get around the purchase order system?
Yeah, so what I would suggest is that maybe they'll let you put in for a reimbursement. Try to see if you can get that
Our
done.
accounting office is like very, very, very strict, and you have to really pray to them in order to get reimbursed for that. But I mean, I'm sure that we do have a city credit card, but it's just a pain to get through. So maybe Nantucket has a credit card on
only our
some.
credit card.
the only
Okay,
one-
I'm not speaking for MassDEP, but this is just an idea. Is that what you could do too, if you have like a Greene Lynn or something like that, and you get some kind of grant or whatever to, do some outreach, right? And then you pay you say, okay, just like you would with the newspaper, right? You're gonna buy, so then you pay somebody in Greene Lynn or whatever to do the boosting on their page of information you want to get out there. That could be a way of how the city could pay for it for a while under a grant to do extra outreach. I'm just trying to think of creatively. It's kind of like how that's how Recycling Works in Lynn kind of got outside of like the city system, right? We came in as like a grant and then we started it and then, you know, no one said, oh my God, this isn't really the city's page, you know? And now it's just there and as long as, you know, we're not doing something stupid, you know, it'll continue going. And you know, if you're a consultant like I was, then I would just put it in as my reimbursement, you know? So if you have some kind of consultants out there that are helping you doing some of the outreach, you could put it under their contract too. Just some ideas.
Thank you. A round of applause for Julia.